We here.
Yes, sir. We are in the building. Simulcasting. The Big Business Podcast. Also, we are simulcasting to Community Crime Network.
Yeah.
So, welcome everybody in, whether you're on the Big Business page or Community Crime Network page or wherever you'll be watching this live or after the live. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. Been a long time, man, since well, not a long time. Let me not say that. Been a minute, though. Now, I feel a little weird not doing the weekly lives, but we here, man. This case popped up actually about a month ago, but we definitely wanted to talk about it. So, yeah.
Yeah, most definitely. We're gonna be talking about the case of Rajon Belt. I think it's a very interesting case, but at the same time, full of a bunch of bullshit in my eyes. You'll have your opportunity to make your decision on what should have happened, what could have happened, but at the same time, I want to say first and foremost, let me give my condolences to the Belt family. It's never easy losing someone. And in 2025, we tend to see a lot of lives being lost from the boys in blue. What stuck out to you when you first saw this? What made you bring this, bring this to the forefront for a
Yeah.
video?
For me, I wasn't ready. I was not ready to see what I saw when I was watching, as I did like a lot of people when they're just scrolling timelines and just when it popped up. I think it was on an IG or something, and wasn't ready for what I saw. I didn't read the caption, and I will admit I'm a little sensitive to gruesome depictions videos when I'm not ready, like just seeing a human life just instantly, and that's instantly how it happened. We're not gonna show the actual moment tonight, but what I saw on this footage, yes, it was the like his body just buckled and crumbled to the ground. There was no pow and he boom, like how you see in the movies and shit. This was pow, just instant,
Yeah,
and I wasn't ready for it, and then so I was like, "What's good, D Love?" Uh, I was like, "Man, what happened here? How did this get to this point?" So that's where we at with it.
yeah, very very sad situation. And, a lot of these situations, it'd be the first time we ever seen a situation like it. Not saying that a cop killed a black man or anything like that, but how
Right.
the situation occurred. And I think there are going to be two sides on how people look at it. And it's always going to be that way regardless. And I understand that. I always say as a black man, the best thing to do is just survive. Try your best to survive a traffic stop.
Right.
Because the chances of you getting your feelings and going back and forth or running, whatever the case may be, your chances dwindle drastically when you do those type of things.
Yeah.
But in this particular video, you're gonna see something different. Um, and I don't want to give it away in case you haven't seen it, but it's like just think about you and your op getting ready to fight. It's different when your op is a cop. That's all I'm gonna say.
Mm.
So we're gonna watch the news clipping. I
Yeah.
guess you want to do that first.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and get into it. What's good? Tamika Ward in the building. D Love in the building. What's good?
Salute, ladies. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. But we're gonna look at this news clip. We do got the footage, but like YJ said, we're not gonna watch the actual footage where he is unalive. All right, so let's get to it.
The shooting death of a 37-year-old man after a traffic stop.
Yeah, Denver 7's Veronica Acosta joins us now in studio. And Veronica, this video is showing several different perspectives.
Yeah, we're talking about 6 different videos here that were released by the Aurora Police Department, 6 different viewpoints as well of that shooting. In the videos, an officer shoots and kills 37-year-old Rajon Belt Stubblefield during a traffic stop that escalated to a confrontation, ending in that deadly gunfire. For the first time, we're also seeing pictures of the gun police say Belt Stubblefield tossed. Now, even though we're stopping the video before the fatal shot, we do want to warn you tonight, it is hard to watch.
Don't move!
New videos released by the Aurora Police Department Friday giving a glimpse and different viewpoints of Rajon Belt Stubblefield's final moments.
He was a husband. He was a father.
Surveillance video from 6th and Stable capturing it all. Belt Stubblefield walking toward the unidentified Aurora police officer after a traffic stop. The officer reaching for his baton for a moment, ultimately holding on to his gun. And then this, the officer hitting Belt Stubblefield before continuing to walk back, then shooting him several times. Normally, we would stop video before a shot is fired, but Denver 7 is choosing to show this portion because it's the part that's controversial. Attorneys say Belt Stubblefield stopped moving forward. Police see it differently.
Every event is a lesson learned. Every event you realize, okay, what could we do better?
Through tears Friday, Stubblefield's wife speaking for the first time.
He was my best friend. 1 year to be married to my best friend before he was taken away from me. The last thing I thought it was gonna happen again.
His son, who was with Belt Stubblefield when he was killed, pleading for justice.
He shouldn't have to lose his life. Shouldn't have had to.
At least 72 hours before this, APD showed Belt Stubblefield's family these videos. Attorneys from across the country, including here in Colorado, calling for action. Among them, Ben Crump, one of the leading attorneys for the family of George Floyd.
When you watch that video, you're going to see one of the most horrific, traumatic, brutal, unnecessary, unjustifiable, and unconstitutional excessive use of forces that we've seen in America. I mean, you just look at the video and the aggression of the police officer. Get on the ground!
4 pictures of the gun APD say Belt Stubblefield tossed also released Friday. During a press conference on September 2nd,
I paused it there because I just wanted to see where your head's at right now. People in the chat, I know me and YJ done seen it, but what's your thoughts in the chat? Leave a comment. Let us know if he should have done something different. You go ahead, YJ.
I think for far as what the news anchor said there, the reporter said there, when it came to the, I guess one of the pieces that they're kind of honing in on is when they said it looked like he was, like Rajon Belt was stopping his forward progression. I don't think that's a big, like that's no smoking gun on this thing as far as if his progression was stopped. For me, it kind of boils down to other things that weren't tried before lethal was tried. He was, of course, you seen him, he squared up with him coming at him, police backing up. And that was just point blank, just boom. So as if Rajon Belt was walking towards him or not, which he should not have. You don't square up with the police. We know that. But I don't think that's.
I just want. I don't mean to interrupt you, but I think if I don't, I won't get this one in, and I definitely want us to be able to talk about this how we feel.
Yeah.
when you say he shouldn't have squared up with the officer, should the officer have hit him like he did? What was his purpose of hitting this guy?
You're not gonna get an answer out of me that sounds like what you think because I said that he shouldn't have did that because he shouldn't have did it. He shouldn't have took him on whatever chase he took him. I could say a lot of shouldn'ts, but that's not gonna justify. I wasn't trying to justify at all him hitting him beforehand.
Right? No. I get it.
Yeah.
I would just. I think it's a natural reaction for a man to do that. And I understand that this is a different type of man. This is an officer. This is an officer of the law. You committed a crime. You actually ran from the police. You stopped eventually. You threw your weapon down.
Yeah.
And he proceeds to punch you. I think for me, that would have angered the fuck out of me. I don't think I'd have squared up with the officer because I know I'm in a lose-lose situation. So I get that.
Yeah.
But I just want to stop and see.
Yeah.
Tamika said the officer should not have hit him. I don't think he should have either. That was uncalled for.
I think when it comes to a police officer punching, there's very few situations where I feel like a police should be punching a citizen. Like someone there's very few because you do have other things on your person to do besides punching somebody. And punching, just the nature of punching, to me, it's a rage instinct,
right?
More or less,
right?
And that's different than you trying to subdue,
right,
a suspect. So anytime I see an officer start punching, it's like he got to be bare. You got him right here. You got to like something like that where I'm like, okay, I see why he had to go to them hands because that's where it was at. It was what do they call it? Close.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Close contact. Like he was in there. He was in the thick of it. So
yeah, got to get you up off. Got to get you up off.
Right. So I understand in those situations, but from here, yeah, it was a good 3 feet, 2-3 feet in between them. And he just hit him with the left. And then that's where, the jeans, pulling the jeans up. Like, okay, we here with it. Let's go.
Yeah, that's just what you want to do.
Right. But in that case, it's like still, man, you just threw your gun and you see this gun in front of you. It's terrible. But it's like, man, oh man.
It makes you wonder. When we talk about the law for citizens, and does someone pose a threat to you? I'm assuming that same law or that same right is for officers as well. But it has to be something in the law book that says if you initiate the violence, I know, and I know damn well it's not.
It ain't going. Yeah,
it's not. But damn, you punched me in my goddamn face for nothing, bro. I understand you mad because I ran from you. I get it, but I showed you I'm not opposing no threat to you by throwing my gun down. I did that. I could have shot you. Yeah, I would have been probably shot back or eventually gave you the death sentence or go to jail for life. But I didn't do that. I threw my gun down and you fucking punched me. That's gonna rage any man, bro.
Yeah.
We'll watch a little bit of this article and then we'll get to the footage in a moment.
APD Chief Todd Chamberlain referencing the gun, standing by his officer.
As the suspect moved toward the officer and looking back at the weapon, the officer struck the suspect in an attempt to de-escalate the situation and to prevent him from focusing on the weapon and reaching that weapon.
Oh, my fault. I was going to stop it there too, bro. Go ahead.
Punched him to de-escalate. How many people watching right now, when you hear that statement, it sounds like some bullshit.
bullshit.
The officer punched him to de-escalate. That's de-escalation.
That's not de-escalation, bro. That's escalating the fucking situation, bro.
He put the pin on that grenade and pulled that motherfucker.
For real. For real. Come on, man. Like, for this, I don't know if he a chief or lieutenant. He know better than to say some dumb shit like that, bruh. That's not de-escalating shit. You just amp that man up.
I wonder why it is we don't see the taser more often. You think, because the thing is, do you think all the cases where people get hit with tasers and they be on PCP and powder and shit, and are just people just adrenaline rushing, and they get hit with that bitch and they keep going? You think that's one of the reasons why that, like, when we see situations like this, that we don't, because this is a recurring theme where it's like, why didn't they use the taser? Why didn't they use the taser? Why didn't they use the taser? But we, at the same time, while we're saying that, we also say, looking over cases, well, damn, he shot him with the taser. He kept going. He kept going. He kept going. So you think that plays a part, or what's your thoughts on that?
No, that's a great point you bring up. Great question you bring up. When you see someone moving towards a police officer who have every weapon that they can use against you, and they show no fear, you automatically think something mentally is wrong with this person. Like, they know I got a gun here, taser here, baton here, and they're still moving towards me. It makes you think that if I use my taser, that shit might not work.
Right.
But you still are taught in the academy, less lethal, preserve life. Because for one, he don't have a gun. If you do hit him with the taser and he turn Hercules and snatch it out, now I'm pulling out my gun. You better stop. You better stop. Stop. Hit him in the leg one time. Bah! What's wrong with doing that? They're taught to shoot center mass, and I don't understand it. We'll continue.
Well, as far as center mass, I understand that part of it, because there's some cases you have to do that, but in a split second, it's hard to determine that. But
there are some cases where you should,
yeah.
But with an unarmed person,
right?
Let's continue, man. Let's continue.
These attorneys see it otherwise and now plead for justice.
It's always going to be a big deal with us. We're going to raise the justice baton for our brother Rajon.
And the Aurora Police Department still has not released the name of the officer who shot and killed Belt Stubblefield. The attorneys we heard from today did say they're awaiting the results of that independent investigation. That's coming from the 18th Judicial District's Critical Incident Response Team. In studio, I'm Veronica Acosta, Denver 7.
All right, we appreciate your work on that, Veronica.
All right, so that is, what has been presented as far as the news. And this happened about a month ago, right? Why didn't?
Yeah, that press conference they were showing, we're gonna get to that after we look at the actual body cam. But the press conference that they were showing was also around a month ago. So when this happened, they did a press conference pretty soon after it happened. From what it looks like, going back and looking at dates on, different timelines and things. Yeah. Y'all gotta excuse me, I'm off that hen dog.
I'm on that henny. So we're gonna watch majority of the body cam footage, but of course, like we said, we're not going to show the actual shooting. But watching the cam will give you more to see, where you may feel like the officer or the suspect could have did something different. And that's the only reason we're watching this. So we're going to go ahead and bring that up. And We're going to break this down, people, right here on community crime and big business. So let's do it.
Up, dude. Don't shoot me. Get your hands up right now. Get your hands up. Yeah.
August 30th. Driver hit a car heading east.
David John Lincoln, Henry 70.
Well, one thing I don't get is you going to run from the police and then stop. Make up your mind. You run from the police, all they do is make them mad.
So I assume he's actually chasing him right now, I think.
And then he crash out.
Stay in the car. Don't move. Don't move. Motor 45.
Now, just to insert a little piece of information, they did say his brother or somebody was following behind him. You remember when we watched the news story, you seen someone there holding a phone? I guess they was, the son. The one that was at the press conference was following behind him in another vehicle. That's why those other two people, I think, were there. Because he was the only, no backup had came yet. And you seen in the footage that we just watched that there was two people there.
I've got a crash, 6th, just east of 225. Get a couple cars here now. Stay in the, give me your hands. Show me your hands. Get your hands up, dude. Don't shoot me. Get your hands up right now.
First mistake. Well, first mistake is he ran. Second mistake is he crashed. Third mistake is he told you, don't get out that car. And he did anyway. Now the officer feels threatened. I just want to point that out.
Get your hands up. Yeah.
Now, do you know what a gunfire happens? Because I don't want to play that.
Yeah, I know. It's at like 3:28.
Okay, so we got
this one. Well, I don't know on this one because they switched the camera. I know once you get the street camera, it's on 3:30, but I don't know on this one. But I will know when I see it though, because this is early on. And that's where the screenshot from, which we'll get to the press conference, but they got a screenshot of him holding the gun from that little scuffle. I guess they went by frame, and you see his hand jerk up and you see an object in his hand. And they said it's a gun, in which they had the pictures of him or the pictures of the gun on inside the grass, which they said he threw the gun inside of the grass at that moment. So at this point here, he doesn't have the gun anymore.
So he's already thrown it?
Yes. From what I heard from the press conference, yes. He threw it when he was standing up. Damn, he's standing up still.
So the officer's on the ground?
It gotta be. I seen his arm on the ground, and it's like he looked up. It's damn.
He's walking away though. He's walking away. He ain't do nothing to him.
Get on the ground. Get on the ground. Get away from that motherfucking gun. Get on the ground.
So he's on the gun.
You said what?
Now.
Get that shit.
Yeah.
Nigga,
get on the ground now.
Get that shit.
This way, he squared up.
Get that shit. I'll shoot you.
It's like he telling his folks to get it. I wonder is he talking about the gun?
Get that shit. Dad, chill. No. Get that shit. No, Dad, chill. Get that shit. Officer, chill. Dad. Get that shit. Get on
Damn, man, I didn't hear that.
the ground.
He's sitting up telling him,
Okay,
telling his son. That's where, yeah.
he hit it
telling
right
his-
here.
Right. His son didn't want to get that shit though. I'll tell you that. His son did not want to get that shit. He said, "Dad, chill. Officer, chill." Damn,
Get on the ground. Yeah. Sorry.
I don't know when. I know it's finna happen soon. I don't want to.
nah, here, I'll do it.
Yeah, go ahead, control it, cause I don't know when it
Ready for
happens.
this? You ready for this? Get on the ground. You ready for this? You ready for this, huh?
Once he
You
gets
ready
in
for
the
this,
street, that's
Get on the
when it
ground. You ready for this?
Okay, so that's what it happened. Yeah, so that's when it happens. He was backing up. And it happened. And then he's on the ground right there. And I think they blank it out right here. Pretty sure they
Shots fired. 245 shots fired. Give me some cars.
It was up on that curb, and he backed them down to about in the street, and then that's when it happened in the street.
Cruiser. Ambulance hot.
So, from what we saw, and we saw a lot, and you pointed out something that I don't even think I remember because I haven't. This is my first time actually watching the body cam footage. What should the officer done different? What should he have done different in the midst of him getting out of the car? Of course, we know he shouldn't have got out the car. The officer told him to stay in the car. But at this point, he's out of the car. He threw the gun. And then, of course, you pointed out that he told his son, get that shit. Get the gun. I'm assuming that's what he's talking about.
It would had to be because and it looked like he was pointing over in the grass. Get that shit. Get that shit. But as far as what Rajon Belt did, I'm not gonna. I could be all day on what he shouldn't have done. Far as the officer, the punch ignited Rajon Belt. I do feel like the punch
Definitely.
ignited him. I think in that case, it's like if you're gonna do anything physical, do something that's going. But and see what I was gonna. This is my train of thought. What I was gonna say is do something that's gonna detain him.
Right.
And as we see now, there's other police cars pulling up, but those police, he was by himself to a certain point, and that can go very badly, I guess, when it comes to trying to detain someone who is active like that. When you just by yourself, just me versus him. So to an extent, I can kind of understand not wanting to just go in for the detain right there because there's no backup and you don't know what could happen. He can get a hold of your gun and do whatever. So I kind of understand not going for the whatever bear hug or, getting his arms back and trying to wrestle him. He's got his son over here. So I can kind of see not why he punched him, but why he didn't try to detain him in that moment.
So he reached for something. He's gonna reach for something in this type of situation because he's getting too close to me. I gotta keep him up off of me. In my mind, if my job is to preserve life, I'm gonna reach for my taser because everybody can't take a taser. But I understand the question that you asked earlier. Like, there's a lot of motherfuckers that can. Those who are on drugs, those who adrenaline that's pumping, they might can just take it out, and it's gonna anger them, and they're gonna come at me.
Yeah,
I don't feel like that is a reason to do what he did because you have a job to do. If protocol and procedure says taser first, that's what you do.
right.
Regardless.
And I'm not saying that as far as the gunshot, I'm just saying as far as the initial point of contact, far as him not going for the detain, and
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, we know he was scared. We know that.
Yeah.
When he punched that dude and he squared up, it was almost like wrestling when you hit the guy and they turn like, woo! You like,
right.
oh shit.
Yeah.
What am I do now?
Yeah.
I don't feel like it should have been your gun. It should have been your taser. Yeah, he took your little weak ass punch, but can you take this taser? And if you hit him with the taser and you see him like, now you pull your gun. Like, bruh, I just gave you an opportunity to live. I have. I don't want to kill you. Just like you said, his son is on the sideline like, Pops, chill. He knew what was going to happen. He knew it.
Yeah. And the officer's gun was out the whole time. So even when he punched him, he had his gun out already. His gun was already unholstered when he did punch him. So far as detaining, you can't detain nobody with one hand.
Can't.
So the punch, it was for nothing. It was just whatever you want to call it, reaction, whatever you wanted to call it. But
we can call
the gun,
what it is. We can call it what it is. He was angry.
Right. But when it come down to that, you not detaining nobody with one fucking arm.
No.
It's just not gonna happen. That's all you can do is punch. So, yeah.
So I'm glad you actually brought that up. That his gun was out pretty much almost the entire time when he got out the car.
Yeah.
So he went immediately to lethal instead of less than lethal because he seen him throw the gun down. So he don't oppose no lethal threat to you. You're an officer of the law who is equipped to handle situations like this. You have a few things on you that'll keep them off you. Of course, no one's going to reach for their baton. You're going to reach for that taser or your gun. For him reaching for that gun just told me how much scared he was. And I'm not going to go to my other thought because that's definitely an assumption.
Well, I think as far as scared, yeah, it definitely plays a part as far as your adrenaline. As for the protocol we do speak of, anybody that runs from the police, every time you run, the gun's going to be there when you stop running. Regardless how you stop, there's going to be a gun on you immediately.
You got a point. You got a point.
So, yeah.
So if that's procedure, what you said, you're chasing a suspect for a traffic stop. Once they stop, the first thing you pull is your service weapon. If that is their protocol, he didn't do anything wrong.
I'm not saying that. Don't
no. Man, listen, bro. Listen, I'm not trying to put words in your mouth. But what you said holds to be true, because think about it. Every time somebody run from the police, when you stop, and the police catch up with you, they got their guns drawn on you. I'm not saying that's what you're saying. That's what we fucking see.
Yeah. Yeah. For far as you watch World Wildest Police Chases, and they, so any police chase you see, that's what you're gonna see. You're not, so from that aspect, and then from the point of him hitting them and what type of force he uses after that, I only say that to say, like, you got this out. You would have had to reholster that and then get the taser type of thing. I think that's kind of where I was, as far as from that aspect. The hit shouldn't have happened regardless. So I'm just from what happened in the timeline of things that happened. His gun was out. That's protocol. Hypothetically, if he didn't hit him, the gun was going to be out. It was out. It just, by default, the gun is already out. The punch should not have came ever.
Right. So yeah, I think that's something natural that happens. I chased you. But the weird thing about that, if we really think about it, when he got out the car, he still had the gun in his hand. He threw it. Normally, if officers see a gun in your hand, period, they don't waste no time in busting your ass. He gave him an opportunity to actually throw the gun. And I don't know, and I can't speak for the officer if he actually seen it at the moment he threw it or he seen it later laying on the grass. I don't know. But obviously, this man threw his gun.
Yeah.
He squared up with you. You can obviously see he has no gun. He just got them paws ready for your ass. You see the gun on the ground. You got your gun already in your hand. Reholster, grab taser. And some people will say, hey, Blake, you're not an officer. You've never been in that situation. No, I haven't. But you are backing up, trying to create space, create a distance between you and him. You can't pull out that taser out and hit him real quick? I don't think that's asking for too much. Do you?
Well, I tend to not ask too much because I tend to not expect too much from these officers. So me asking anything from them, knowing the type of training that they get, knowing what I've seen in the past, knowing what adrenaline does to somebody, I don't think somebody's going to have the wherewithal to think, oh, his gun just got thrown. Let me put this away and let me do this in these split seconds. I just don't. And that's not me saying this is a justified shooting, but so.
I don't know. Maybe if I'm speaking from the trainer, the lieutenant, who knows what you would taught. Because I don't think it was no split second situation. You know what I'm saying? He's moving towards you, you backing up. You move, you backing up. I mean, y'all got close at one point where you fucking punched him. Okay?
Right.
So you backed up, you had an opportunity, you hit this man. He squared up. You know he ain't got no gun. He pulling up his pants. Pull your goddamn taser out, bro. I don't think that's asking too much, especially if I'm the one who trained you and I'm watching this footage. Like, why the fuck did you do that, bro? You had an opportunity. I guess it's expectation of the officers when you're being paid to do this job. I'm not saying it's the easiest job to do. I'm not saying that. But something gotta give. Something gotta stop for one. With the first thing you thinking to do is fucking shoot somebody and kill them. Right. Certain situations you have no fucking choice. I get that, but this one you had several options, and you didn't. You went straight to the last one. I'm gonna kill him. Come on with that bullshit, man.
Yeah, you know, like I said, I don't put too much stock in the academy. I don't put too much stock into the muscle memory one would have to
True.
do some of these things and think that clearly in these moments, because I don't believe that you know, a lot of these people are uh, have that heart at the end of the day uh, to do those things and to think that way, you know.
Damn.
So it's sad, but my expectation is low when it comes when it comes to
That's that. Hey, I get it, and I understand why. Because what we see all the time, and that makes it even sadder. You really can't depend on the people who's supposed to protect and serve you to do the right thing. We didn't ask for you to become a cop. Damn, that
yeah.
sounds rough for me to say that.
Yeah. Let me yeah, we kind of y'all know how we do up here, man. Okay, let me get it back to I'm glad they blurred it out. But I kind of want to hear and I just kind of want to listen because I think sometimes in these cases a lot can be learned from just listening to the after, you know, hearing the police, hearing his breath, his everything after this shit happens, because it's the day he's never gonna forget this. So it looks like they got a lot of witness. I'm gonna forward fast it because that's gonna show the same thing. People just riding past, going about their day. See what this is.
Stay there. Hey, hey! Get over there behind us. There's a gun over there. Behind the boxes. Shut it all down. Sable, westbound, highway, eastbound. What?
They just shot my dad. He didn't have no gun.
Did you find that gun?
He threw the gun.
I got you right here, bro.
You got it? Okay.
Oh my God, bro.
Thank you.
Yeah. They just shot my dad.
Yeah, no, let her help. She's okay.
Oh, you're sorry about that.
No, it's okay. I'm ER. I'm here to help if you need it.
You got it?
The police just shot my dad, man.
There's one in the head as well.
That was my dad, bro. That was my dad.
All right, car 25, gunshot to the chest, one to the head. Yeah, here, let's go. Come with me, come on. You got your camera on?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna get you in my car. We're gonna go to HQ.
Okay.
Recon. We're going to HQ. Take this. We're going to HQ.
My car, black car over there. Keys are probably in it.
Okay, come with me. Just get into the passenger seat.
So yeah. Yes, the son was in a trailing vehicle when all of this popped off. I'm gonna go now to I'm gonna play the timeline. And we're gonna play this just from YouTube. I don't have a video, but at any point in time, boss, if you want me to stop it, just let me know.
All right.
It's the press conference that happened shortly after this. Let me see. Damn, what I say in the note? 6:55. All right. Is it on the screen? My shit did that weird
Yeah.
shit again.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna get it back. I just gotta get this started.
At this timeline. Again, as you look at the timeline, the way I broke it down and the way it's been broken down, it gives an exact example of what occurred and what period of time that occurred at. The officer had his radar gun out, and you see a traffic violation that took place somewhere in the area of 7:30 on the 29th. Shortly after that, the officer follows that vehicle. The vehicle does not stop. It continues to accelerate away, finally comes to rest in the area of 6th and Billingsley. The officer approaches the crash site, gets out of his vehicle, and he makes these commands that I talked about earlier to order the suspect to stay in the car and to show his hands. In the video, as well as some pictures I'm going to show you here, that does not happen. The suspect comes out of the car, he conceals one of his hands, and you can see it right there. After what the officer told him to do, you can also see the damage of the car beforehand, and then where he struck the car, and then the other vehicle involved. You go to the next slide. The officer attempts to grab the individual because at this point, from what we know, and again, we are still navigating this and we are still waiting for the officer's interview to occur. But at this point, we hear conversations regarding a gun. The individual in the yellow shirt, our suspect, has a gun down to his side on his right side with his right arm lowered. The officer attempts to stop him and to tackle him, which is unsuccessful. Next slide. The suspect in the yellow shirt then, with the handgun that was in his right hand, he makes a tossing motion and he throws that handgun into a grassy area. Our officer alone, by himself, without any additional support, with any additional backup. And now also, I think it's important to add in at this point, the suspect's son, adult son, he was driving behind the suspect in another car. He also is now on scene, and he's also behind our officer, and he's screaming and shouting at the same time. We also have other individuals that are in this Sinclair parking lot area that also come out and start to gather around our officer as well. So the tossing motion is made by the suspect. Our officer falls down in a tussle with the suspect. This is a picture of our officer on the ground on his back with his body-worn video, and the suspect is standing over top of him. Next slide, please. There's a picture of the suspect, the other individual involved. You see two of them. You see one who is now actually over near where the gun was disposed of by the suspect. You see the other individual out on the street. The suspect turns.
Hey, pause that, bro.
He is making.
Did they skip past the shit the way he hit him?
What they did skip past is after they showed the clip where he was standing over him, they should have hit the little fast forward button about 2 times to show that he walked away, and they didn't show that. That man wasn't trying to hurt him at all.
I don't know if when he was walking, was he walking in the direction of the grass?
No, he was walking down the sidewalk.
Okay.
His intentions was never to go pick up that gun. Because if it was, he would have never threw it. But you can keep playing.
Yeah. And I don't know if he skipped past the punch, but that's what I'm looking to see if he skipped past. Because how you just breeze past that shit?
I don't think they got to that yet.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, though. I was thinking, I didn't know if it happened before or after. We're going to see.
And this is repeatedly. This was not a one-time gesture or a one-time discussion. He repeatedly said, "Get the shit. Get the shit. Get the shit," referring to the weapon. And if he's not referring to the weapon, I will be 100% completely surprised, because every time that statement is made, he is looking back exactly where that weapon is at, and he is talking to the individuals, he is talking to his relatives.
And he said, I will point out, when the other officer arrived on the scene, the officer whose body cam it was said, he's like, "Hey," he clapped. He said, hey, you need to get the gun. It's behind the box. And you see those transformers, the electrical boxes right there. So it looks to be that when he said that, and when we talk about where he was walking off to, or was he walking towards the gun, he wasn't walking back towards those electrical boxes. I do know that.
Right.
He was talking to other people in the area. Get the shit. Get the shit. And that shit is the weapon that he just disposed of. And he threw into that grass area where that suspect is now standing. The officer, again, he continues to try to talk, de-escalate the situation through verbalization. The suspect approaches him as well as the individual in the back. And again, we still have the individual over where the gun was disposed of that the officer is now also focused on. The suspect advances on the officer. The officer sees an opportunity to try to de-escalate this through physical force as the suspect turns back towards the son and back towards the individual who is over by the weapon at this point and yells again, get the shit. The officer uses a striking motion to try to, one, break the concentration of the suspect, to communicate with these individuals about retrieving a possible weapon, and two, to try to take this individual into custody. That strike had minimal impact. What it did, the suspect immediately turned on the officer. He got into a fighting stance with the officer. He then walked and advanced in an incredibly aggressive posture towards the officer and says, are you ready for this? Are you ready for this? Over and over, are you ready for this? I'm ready for this. At this point, the officer gets pushed out into oncoming traffic because he did not stand his ground. He actually backed up as this event was unfolding. He continued to try to de-escalate this event.
You see how he's using keywords? You see how he's using these keywords? The first keyword he used to me was that striking motion. He didn't say punch. Striking motion sounds better than punch. And then far as back into oncoming traffic.
Yeah, that never crossed the officer's mind. But as a lieutenant, whoever he is, he said, this is what we're going to use.
Yeah.
But
by moving.
Go ahead.
He never said anything when that guy back was turned to him, when he was on the ground. The guy turned his back and walked away. He never said anything about my officer not pulling out his taser to shoot him. He had two opportunities when that guy back was turned. One of them, he was walking away when he was getting up off the ground. Two, when he attempted to punch the goddamn man. Instead of punching him, you should have tased him. That punch didn't do shit. That tase, yeah, unexpected. It would have took him down.
As far as placement, as far as where he was, as he moved back out into the oncoming traffic, he fires the rounds, and again, that will be determined as the investigation continues. The suspect falls to the ground, and he dies. This is a picture of the weapon, and I hope that you could tell from where I was pointing out where that one individual was. This is their conics boxes or their electrical boxes. The weapon is located right there where you see the marker.
And this explains why, because when I first seen it, I seen that screenshot that he put up of the gun, and I'm like, that motherfucker smaller. That could be anything. But once I seen the actual gun, I'm like, okay. So that the screenshot that they had of him having the gun, I could believe it because of just looking at the gun. I don't know what kind of gun that is. I'm not a gun aficionado.
Looked like a 380.
Like a little, what they call it, snub nose or some shit. The small little shit. I don't know what they call it, but
yeah, that's the gun you buy your old lady. That's like a 380.
Like a little something, yeah, like.
And that is the weapon itself. This is a videotape. Again, the officer from the time that he got out of the vehicle to the time that he made contact with the suspect. He was able to do the fact that he was at a traffic collision, and then.
Okay, and that, I'm not going. I was really just focused on the timeline of what they're saying. The chief of police, basically his timeline and his slides that he had. That was really the main point of that. I'm not gonna go into the audio or whatnot. Let me see if I can get my shit back. Okay, there we go.
Yeah, he
All right.
knows he knows the words to use. He knows how to make the officer look like he had so much against him by using terms or phrases like he was backing up into traffic. I bet you if we go back and watch, there was no cars coming, and he probably haven't even taken a step off the curb, and that's just an assumption. But
Yeah, nah, because there's already a police crash. There's already another car that he hit that was impacted on the other side of the road. There's cars sitting there with their brake lights on. So that was all. It's just fluffing it up, making it look, a certain
yeah,
way.
cold blue. I mean, I gotta take up for my officers.
Yeah,
I get it, but at the same time, y'all should use situations like this. I won't say opportunities, but because it sounds
yeah, nah,
fucked up to say that, but
nah,
y'all should use situations like this to train and make your training better, strengthen your training, because
right,
you can train your officers for so many situations, but they're gonna face one that they never faced before, and
right,
this is an opportunity to teach. This is how this should have been
right,
done. You know what I'm saying? Not putting it all on the officer, because I think Rajon may have did some things he shouldn't have done that put him in this situation. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to ride on one side and say they take all the blame. No, that's not me. But when you are trained, to do a job, I expect more from you than a suspect. It's me.
yeah, no, that's true. And not only to train, but to build trust, with
Yeah,
the community.
absolutely.
Like that's another, you know, I guess kind of way to look at it when they do, do the right thing. It's one step of building trust with the community that look, we're trying to do the right thing here. So I look at it like that as well.
No, you're right, because when you take ownership and the community sees that, instead of them instead of you using phrases like he was backing up into traffic, now we're looking like you trying to take the blame and put it all on him. Yeah, okay. Take ownership of where we messed up. When I say we, I'm talking about as a department. I ain't a part of it, but as a department, you got to take ownership where you messed up, and then
Right.
also teach the community, which you shouldn't have to teach nobody to survive no goddamn traffic stop. Get your ass on the ground. Point blank period. Get on the ground. Don't make no goddamn, what would you say? Now you got me acting like 12. Please don't make no fast move. Yeah, real shit. Don't do that. Survive, people.
Just from the son's perspective, man, this day, like I said for the officer, but even more for the son, with him being directly involved to an extent, in hearing his father's last words or demands to him, and that be it's just crazy, man.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. Sad situation. Again, my heart goes out to their family. Um, and I'm just taking this situation to help our people. We gotta stop doing things to put ourselves in a situation. And I'm not blaming, Rajon for anything, but I do feel like there's some things that if he would have just did, he would have survived this fucking traffic stop, man.
Traffic stop.
A traffic stop should not be the end of anybody's life, bro. For real, bro.
Speeding gun. Speeding ticket. Might have been a warning.
Take that shit, bro. Shit.
But yeah, man, I don't know. I ain't got too much else for it, man. It's
Yeah. Well, we'll stay tuned to this case because I don't think it's over. I don't know if anything else has come about. I don't know if they closed it. I don't know what's going on, but we'll take a look, a peep at it every now and then to see if we can find out any more information. We'll bring it back to you right here on Big Business Podcast, also Community Crime Network. We appreciate y'all for tuning in. Tamika, D-Love, anybody else that was in the bushes, man, we appreciate you. Any last words, bro?
Nah, I'm good. As far as the update, I looked for an update before we went live, and I just basically found a press conference, which was from that same a month ago. So yeah, that's where we at with it. But like you said, we'll be back, man. Tapping back in if we hear anything or see anything.
Most definitely. All right, well, y'all have a good night, man. We're going to get up out of here, man. Be easy. Hug your kids. Love your kids. We gone.